Welcome back to Grade 7 Math. This is lesson number 11.5, Subtracting Integers. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to subtract integers. Subtracting integers is a little more complicated than integer addition. There are two important rules we need to follow when subtracting integers. We can still use an integer line to help us, and for today's assignment, I do encourage you to use an integer line. Let's use a sample problem. We have -5, take away -1. To subtract integers, we use this method. First, we keep the first integer exactly as it is. Step 2, change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. And then step 3, change the sign on the second integer. So let's just switch to pen mode. So we're going to keep -5 exactly as is. We're going to change the subtraction to an addition. And we have to change the sign on the second integer, meaning that -1 becomes +1. Okay, so that means we have -5 plus +1. And that would mean that our answer is, you guessed it, -4. Now we've got some sample problems here, and we can use our integer line to guide us. I'm going to do the first two examples, and then I'm going to leave the rest for you to try at home. So again, we're going to leave +6 as is. We're going to change the subtraction sign to an addition sign, and +2 is actually going to turn into -2. So look at our number line. We start at +6, and now we have -2, so that means that we are moving 2 spaces to the left. 1, 2, which lands us on +4. Okay, and as I'm writing the answer to this first question, hopefully you've looked ahead at -5, take away -5. So again, I'll leave -5 as is. Change the subtraction to an addition. And I need to change -5 into +5. And without using our integer line, this is a case we're well familiar with here. We have opposite integers. And when you add opposite integers, that automatically equals 0. Okay, so what you're going to do at home is you are going to pause this video, take the time to try these remaining 7 questions on your own. You may want to have a separate piece of paper and a pencil handy, but pause this video, do these 7 problems, and when you have finished, you can get the video playing again. Okay, here's a few more problems for you. Again, I'm going to do the first two, and then you can try the rest at home. So -5 we'll leave as is. Change that subtraction sign to an addition sign, and +3 simply going to be -3. So we start at -5, and we're going to the left another 3 spaces. So actually, one more space after -7 is, that's right, -8. Okay, let's look at this one. +5 minus +10. +5 stays as is. The subtraction sign changes to addition, and +10 becomes -10. So on my number line, I start at +5, and then I have to move back 10 spaces. 10 spaces to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at this. I ended up at -5. Okay, so we will go over these remaining 7 problems in class tomorrow. But again, you're going to put the video on pause so that you can solve these ones at home. All right, look at that. The good Colonel Sanders from KFC knows the rules for subtracting integers. He's even changed his logo from KFC to KCC, keep, change, change. That's a really great way of remembering the rules for subtracting integers. And following the take-up of this video in class, you're going to have a lot of time to try as many of these problems as you can. But until tomorrow, this concludes today's video.